All right, everyone, we're gonna get started here. So we're gonna ask that everyone please keep their mics muted for the duration of this. We will have a Q&A at the end of it. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. We'll be watching that as we go through it. All right, welcome everyone. This is our first class we're given for you guys right here. Lisanne and I are really excited to present this for you. We're covering live social media today. As I'm sure everyone's heard, we're talking about virtual open houses. We're talking about virtual tours. What we want to do is show you very specifically how to get tools so you can start doing those things. All right, so let's get started with it then. Getting started. We want to start by picking our platform. So there's a few questions that we're going to want to ask ourselves, right? Where are our existing followers? Right? Where are you primarily posting? Are you already using social media, or have you really not explored this much yet? If you already have a lot of active people following you on a social media platform, that's probably a great place to start. Right? There's questions you're going to want to ask yourself about things like your privacy settings. If we're sharing out to the public, we want to be sure that the public gets to see it. If you have things set to something like friends only, then you won't be able to share those links out with other people, and you won't be able to get that wide exposure that you're looking for. And there's another question we want to briefly ask ourselves just to start, which is, what is the easiest platform for you to share on for your business? I'm going to give it over to Lisanne for a quick sec here.
Hi, guys. Thank you, William. So when it comes to choosing a platform, you have to decide on, things like, where are my followers? Where do I usually interact with my followers? So here are some very common platforms that people would probably mention if they're trying to network. So say things like, add me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram, tweet me, or add me on LinkedIn. Well, today we're going to focus on the more popular live platforms, which is Facebook and Instagram. Okay, let's talk about Facebook versus Instagram. These two are, to an extent, very similar, but they offer different things depending on your need. So for Instagram, the video is only available for 24 hours after you live stream, versus with Facebook, you can actually save the live video on your feed for as long as you want and delete it whenever you want. For Instagram, the maximum duration for going live is 1 hour, versus Facebook gives you an extra 30 minutes to go live. Instagram offers quite limited analytics. Basically, they only tell you how many viewers you get, versus Facebook offers more extensive analytics, and depending on your business needs, maybe you need more statistics and you might want to go with Facebook. And Instagram itself is a very smartphone-based app. Most people don't really scroll through Instagram on their web browser on your computer. So your live stream can be only hosted through the smartphone. And Facebook, you can host it through your smartphone or your computer. Okay, let's dive in for a quick demo. Let's see. All right, here I have a screen recording of my phone, since Instagram Live can be only used through a smartphone. Okay, so let's first get into the app. You see here is the default view, which is the news feed of Instagram. You want to swipe left to get into your stories. You can see here at the bottom of the screen, you see live, create, normal. Right now I'm in the create mode, so I want to swipe right to go to the live screen. All right, and you see here it tells you live on Instagram. will notify some of your followers so they don't miss it. So when you decide to go live, your story bubble actually appears as the first story that people see so that they don't miss your live feed. I'll give you a moment to check your connection before you go live, so you have a couple seconds to prepare. And they'll tell you when you're live. So unfortunately, I cannot give you the audio feed for some reason. But you can see here, I'm live. I just clicked on the questions bubble. Let me go back here a little bit. I just, at the bottom of the screen, I just clicked on the questions bubble to see has asked me yet. I moved a little bit too quickly, but you can see here, someone has joined. Olympia Granger has joined, so I waved hi to her. My friend Momo has joined. I'm just saying hi to my followers right now. And now I have the option to pick a co-host. So I picked Momo to co-host this live stream with me. So for instance, if you have a business partner, you can choose that business partner to co-host your live stream with you. So I just added Momo, and now I'm waiting for Momo to co-host my live stream with me. So you see here, my best friend Momo is introducing herself to everyone in my live stream. Some people are still joining, and I'm saying hi to them. So this split screen view is very handy, and you can actually only pick one co-host, so that, well, given how big the screen is, really that's the limit. I can choose to pick friends to participate in this live stream, and that's what the little the little airplane button was for. Okay, and when I ended my live stream, they're going to make sure that you actually want to end it in case that was just a mistake. So end now. Your video has ended. You can decide to delete this live stream or to share it to your story. Now remember, because this is Instagram, it's only going to live in your story for 24 hours, and then it's automatically deleted. So I chose share to story. Oh, it just replayed. But basically, it's just going to live in your story. And if you have any questions about this process, please leave them in the chat and I will answer them later.
All right, thanks for that, Lysiane. We're going to switch gears just a little bit here and show you how we're going to get started on Facebook. Now, as Lysiane mentioned earlier, Facebook is something where we can go live on our desktop, on your computer. If you want to talk to people, just have a sort of a chat. And you can also do it on your phone if, for example, you're in a property and you want to walk people through it. So I'm going to go through both ways with you today. Let me start by calling up my Facebook right here. All right, and we are live with that. You should all be seeing my Facebook page. Now, the process for this is pretty straightforward. What we want to do, a live event is similar to a post. So what we're going to, pardon me just a moment, we're going to have that mic muted. All right, there we go. So as I was saying, we're going to start off with going towards our post at the beginning of the page. It'll say create post, and we're going to navigate over to these 3 ellipses. In general, when you're looking for more options and you don't see the thing you're looking for, click on the 3 ellipses to see more options. So we're going to click on that to start, and it's going to show us a bunch of options. One of those options is live video. So we're going to select that option. Now it's going to ask me to pick my camera and should be calling me up, so it should be able to see me. It'll allow me to pick a microphone that I'm using. I've got a few different microphones on my computer, so I'm using this one at the moment. And it also allows us to say a little something in text, some little description that we can add right here. And we'll add that right in there. And this will go onto your Facebook page. It'll allow people to click in, see that you're live, and this will give them a little idea of what you're talking about. So when we're ready to start up, what we're gonna do is we're going to hit this go live button when we're ready. Now, what we're going to do first, though, is we're going to double check those permissions. Remember what I was saying earlier. Currently, I have it set so only specific people can see my live stream that are on my friends list. So you're going to click this option right here, and it may say something different on yours based on which option you have selected by default. So what I'm going to want to do for this one is to choose public. This way, anyone will be able to see it if I give them the link. That will take us to the next step, which is we can either choose to share this on our timeline, which will be my personal page. I can share it to a group if there's a group I'm a member of on Facebook. I can share it in an event if you have some sort of event scheduled using Facebook's event scheduler. And I can also share it on a page I manage. This is really nice because you have oftentimes a business page that you're going to be operating off of. And that is a great place to share these things to, particularly if you're running things like a virtual open house, a virtual tour, or something of that nature. Now I'm going to choose timeline for mine just for the purpose of this demo. And what we're going to do is we're going to go down, we're going to click go live, and count down to 3, 2, 1, and here we are. All of a sudden, we're live. Now, when we're talking and we're live, I'm actually now streaming live. Anyone who's on my Facebook will be able to help join in right now, and they will be able to ask questions in a chat. Something that is worth noting and worth pointing out is that unlike a Teams call, where if your mic's unmute, that you can speak back to me, during a Facebook Live event, your viewers are not going to be able to talk back to you. They will only be able to post into the chat, which is on this side right over here. There we go. We have a great example. Lisanne posts a little chat message in the chat saying hi to me. Hello, Lisanne. How are you doing? And this is a great way for you to start to engage with those viewers. This is nice if you want to maybe share your thoughts on the market. The possibilities are truly endless with this. We're here to show you how to get this live stream started. But now, this is only going to work if you're on your laptop or on your desktop. It's not necessarily going to help you if you're on your phone in front of a property. Now, this is where I'm going to switch over to my other screen. I've got a treat for you guys today. I'm actually emulating my phone on my computer so I can show this to you guys live. So I'm going to switch over. Give me just a moment. Let me take care of that for you. And then we'll share. Here we are. Everyone should be seeing my phone screen at the moment. And we are going to cover how to do the same thing, but now on your phone. And this may look slightly different if you're on an iPhone, but again, we're going to want to look for that icon that says live. So for my phone right now, I have the option right here. So we're going to go ahead and click on that or tap on it, and it'll take us to this page. Let's see, that was a little strange. All right, looks like I'm having some technical difficulties. Give me just a moment to restart.
While we're waiting for William's demo, tell us in the chat, do you use Instagram or Facebook more?
All right, looks like we're back, folks. Let's give this another try. We're going to hit that live button as I had described, and hey, there we are. I'm now live on my phone. So we're not quite live yet, actually. We are in that sort of setup phase, much like we did with the desktop app. So although it's in a different spot, you're going to see right up here, we're going to have the ability to change those settings again. Do we want to be sharing it to specific people? Do we want to be sharing it to all of your friends? Or do we want to be sharing it publicly? So I'm going to pick public, and then I'm going to hit that little back arrow, get back to my page. And now we're almost ready to go. Right now, we're going to just skip on these because we don't need any of the special features. We're just trying to go live with our camera. And so all we got to do is hit start live video. It's going to give us a little bit of a loading screen as we get started. And there we go. I'm all of a sudden live. It'll let you know that you're live because you got that little marker right up in the top. And with the phone application, you're actually going to be able to swipe left or right to push or pull the chat out of the way. So if I swipe to the right, it'll move the chat out of my way so I can see what's going on. And I can swipe back to the left and pull the chat back. Now, if I'm correct, Lisanne's going to post a quick message in there for me. There she is. So chat's going to appear like that at the bottom of your screen and scroll upwards as more people talk. This is a great way when you're presenting because you'll be able to hold your phone up in front of you and you're going to be able to show them not just the camera of your face, but we'll be able to flip the camera around and you can actually walk through a property with your phone and you can see what's going on. You can show everyone what's going on with your camera. And on your screen, you'll be able to see the chat right in front of you. Even though they can't speak to you, they'll be able to type, they'll be able to share their questions with you, and you'll be able to walk them through any sort of property. You'll be able to do whatever you really want. The sky is the limit. This is a tool, and there are a lot of really creative ways that we've seen agents using it. And when we're all done, we're just going to hit finish right here at the bottom. And just like that, our video is going to end. We're going to wrap it up. What's really cool is that we can actually then go ahead and share our video. It's not just that we've gone live, but we now have a recorded video. Unlike Instagram, which only saves things to your story for 24 hours, we actually can share it and post it to your Facebook page so that people who maybe weren't able to attend a live stream are going to be able to see that at a later date. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to hit delete there. I don't need to share my demo with you guys. Although this video will be shared out later, look for that email after this. I'm going to switch us back over to our PowerPoint. We've got a few tips and tricks we want to go over with you. And let's get back over. All right, so a question some of you might be having is why go live? Why are we not? Can the live stream video from Facebook be transferred to Instagram as well? That's a great question. And I do not believe so unless you have linked your accounts. Although I would probably stick to Facebook. I really like the feature of them being able to save the video and share it at a later date, which is not something Instagram offers. So my personal choice in my own personal account is that I tend to prefer using Facebook as opposed to linking it to my Instagram. Although I do believe that you can share the video. So I did want to talk a little bit about going live, which is going live. It's going to offer you things like interaction, Q&As. As you saw when Lisanne's able to post into the chat, you're going to be able to have a real sort of virtual face-to-face with your clients, with people who want to see these properties. It's really good stuff. And especially in the case of Facebook, it's one-stop shopping, right? Not only are we getting a live video feed, but again, we are getting the ability to share it at a later date when it's recorded. So those are some really good features to keep in mind about why you should go live. Now, we wanted to also begin with sharing a little bit on some tips for hosting a successful live stream. One thing that we recommend you do is that you promote your event before going live. If you want to maximize your viewership, you want to be sure that people get the message that you're going to be showing things. So much like this class that we're teaching right now, we are giving everyone a couple days notice so that you all came in, signed on, and were able to see us as we're presenting live to you right now. The second thing to consider is to be prepared. Preparedness is everything when you're going live streaming. I find that my voice dries out when I talk for a long period of time, so I actually have my water bottle with me, which is going to help me present for a longer period of time, and I won't need to run away from the camera. I really recommend that you do that. I also like to have things like any notes that I'm going to be presenting on, maybe a pencil and paper, a mask and gloves potentially if you're going to a property. It's good to have all the things you want before you start going live. And then getting set up, something to consider, how is the lighting in your property? Are there any distractions present that you want to consider? Have you checked your audio quality? We want to be sure that people are able to hear us, that they're able to see us when we're going live. And then once we've gone live, once we are done preparing, you want to go live and host. And this is where you want to consider managing your chat box. And if you're struggling to manage your chat box and sort of present at the same time, much like Lisanne and I have done during this presentation, we have one person monitoring the chat while the other person is presenting. This is a really good strategy in order to help keep your audience engaged. It's really important to engage your audience. You want to be sure you're interacting with them because this is a live event. Everything you do and say is live. Gonna skip over here. All right. One final little bit of information before we go and go into Q&A is we want to talk a little bit about some social media best practices. Going live is a really useful tool, and it is meant to be part of social media. You also want to be sure you're sharing content, right? And remember, if this is real estate content, probably a good idea to add your calorie number to it. And again, what we're talking about here is consistency and frequency. Social media is really at its best when you're sharing things like articles, links, you're going live with your listings, maybe you're sharing a listing post, or if you're included in one of the TV spots, share that. There are a lot of opportunities out here to share, and the more you use your social media, the bigger following you'll get. And again, add some variety. It's not just for posting your listings. Social media is really robust. It's really diverse. I've seen agents sharing articles on things they can be doing for their home during shelter in place. We've seen people sharing all manner of different cool articles, tips and tricks. It's a really exciting time to be on social media, particularly in the real estate sphere. So really encouraging everyone to go out there and do that to supplement these live events. And again, share, share, share. Make sure you get as many people on your page as possible. Talk to your friends, your coworkers, your family. Get anyone and everyone you can to come check out your live listings. Get traction. Get other people to start sharing it out. It's a really good way to start building a network of people who are following your content. And remember, it's called social media for a reason. It's great to comment. It's great to like. It's really awesome to be able to actually connect with the other people as opposed to just pushing content out there. Then one more little bit, and we've touched on this a little bit. Business and social media. Reminders and some suggestions. Am I using a business page or a personal account? You want to be sure that you are posting your business stuff potentially on a business page, as those are guidelines that are set by Instagram and by Facebook. So you really want to conduct that business on your business page. Whoop, we skipped one slide ahead there. And again, there is a link right here. We will be sharing this link out in our recap. It goes over a couple of the differences between personal accounts and business pages according to Facebook. So there's a couple extra little things to keep in mind as you're sharing these events out. And with that, we do really want to open this up for live Q&A here. We want to be sure we're answering all of your questions. So I see we got a couple questions that Lisanne's been answering in the chat. We are going to open the mics up here. If you want to unmute yourself and have any questions, we're going to try to answer them to the best of our ability.
Yeah, so I have a question. This is Francis.
Hi, Francis. How's it going?
Fine. So yeah, my question has to do like if I want to post live something like this only on my Facebook page because I don't want to do it on my personal page, that is possible then?
Yes, it is possible. And you're looking for that same little button, the little red camera that says go live. That button's going to be available to you on your page. You can 100% go live on that page as well. It's the exact same process. You're going to find that little post box. You're going to find the little 3 dots. You're going to find the little go live button. You're going to hit that, and we're ready to go.
Okay, thank you.
We've got any other questions people are at right now?
I have a question.
So
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I just did your little process and got a live recording and just said, hello, testing this out. And then I posted it to my wall. Is there a way to there was a button there, send to your friends, which I didn't check, and now it's gone. Is there a way to send that to my friends?
So you may want to consider going back to your timeline, which will allow you to see all of the things you shared outwards, and you
Okay.
should be able to locate it there. Although this does depend somewhat on your settings that you have configured.
Okay, thank you. Let's see.
Do we have more questions?
I have a very quick and dumb question here. On my phone, I'm on my Facebook page, but how can I find my my business Facebook page on my phone?
So there will be an option for you. Let me see if I can call this up on my screen. I'm going to pull up my phone screen again for you. Let's see, we're going to go share. We'll call up the phone. And then I need to go over here, turn my camera off. And here we are. So you're on the user interface, and this might be slightly different if you're on an iPhone. This is for an Android phone. So we have a few different options up here. You can see your friends, you can see your feed, and then we can go over here, and we can actually see that I have a page right below my profile name. I'm going to click on that, and here's the Los Altos Coldwell Banker page. And right in here, all we got to do, start by creating a post, and then there's that go live button. It'll go right there to your page.
So just to clarify something, you do have to create your own page if you want to have a business page. Your Facebook personal profile does not come with like an option for you to switch to a business page. You actually have to create that page.
I did see a quick question in the chat asking, is this slideshow going to be shared? For those of you who weren't aware, we've actually recorded this entire meeting. So if you want to go through, and we will be sharing this out along with our PowerPoint deck. If you want to go back through it later, you'll be able to play all through this back in case you have any questions. And again, those of you who have additional questions, please feel free to email the both of us. We're here to help you all. And if you have any sort of more detailed questions or you didn't want to ask them in front of the chat, you will be totally able to just email us. We'll give you an answer as quick as we can. I got another question in the chat. Where will we post this link? This link will go out in an email. I'm going to have the managers send out to each of your offices a little recap of all of this. And that is our presentation. If there aren't any other questions, we will call it here. We understand that you're all pretty busy. And again, if you have any other questions at a later date, please email us, call us. We're here to support you. And have a great day.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hey.
Thanks, William and Lisanne. Great job.
Thank you, Pamela.